You'll be seeing a lot of changes around here. Papa's got a brand new bag. Ow!
Alright, so I am going to create a new character. The question is, why am I creating a new character and creating a video about it? So what I'm going to do is create a new character that I'm going to use as part of a challenge that I'm going to put out. Um, and the more participants, obviously, the better. But um, this challenge is a tad bit more unique than most build challenges. This is a build challenge for Fallout 4. This is a little bit unique compared to most build challenges where it's, build here with these restrictions or whatever. It's still a little bit in motion, and I encourage everyone to make suggestions where applicable. Even if you don't plan on participating, suggestions are definitely welcome. So let's start off with what I'm going to do for my character. So here we have this is a build calculator that you can use that helps you kind of determine how you want to start off with. So um, I am going to build my character. Since this character is going to be specific for building, I'm going to kind of start getting myself prepped for that. So here is the character that we're going to take. And as you can see, as I take these attributes here, so we're going to get our charisma up there quite a ways. Going to be up to local leader automatically. As we take it, it shows you what your abilities you're going to be able to take. And then intelligence, we're going to take 5 on intelligence. And there's some reasoning for this, and I'll go through that here in a minute. We'll take 3 on agility, and then luck, we're just going to go with 2. All right, so now we can see what attributes I'm going to have access to right out the gate, and this will kind of help kind of determine what I'm going to be doing as we for my character. Like I said, it's going to be a build character specifically, but this challenge is going to require to be able to actually play the game. So because it's a build character, I want to have strong back. Um, so I'm going to be able to take um, a few perks of this early on. So here you can see this helps you kind of see when you can take it and that kind of thing. So you can kind of plan accordingly. Um, but I want to have strong back. I'm gonna want to be able to unlock things, safes and containers and those types of things. So having locksmith is very helpful right out the gate. And endurance, I wasn't terribly concerned about my endurance right away. At some point, I would like to get down to Aqua Boy, but that's not really going to be my priority for building. I can just go ahead and pop some Radaway or something, and this is not going to be a survival character. I'm just going to play at very hard levels. So this will be a non-survival character. And because it's going to be a build character, we are going to be concerned with having local leader. So that's going to be important. And then Scrapper is always helpful as a build character. Particularly in this challenge, it's going to be very helpful. And then the type of character that I'm going to create, having the ability to sneak, will be definitely helpful. And of course, Scrounger is always helpful. Helps you get money because you're going to pick up more ammunition than what you're going to be able to use. Those types of things. So this is going to be the character that I'm going to build right out the gate. And I have already taken a screenshot of what these attributes are going to be. So when I build my character here, I know what I need to do.
War never changes.
You're gonna knock him dead
Oh,
playing too tall tonight,
definitely
aren't
going
you?
to knock him
Thank you.
dead. Oh, yeah, without a doubt.
Absolutely. Now get ready and stop hogging the mirror.
Nora knows all about it. Okay, so um, let's look at our face. What are we going to do? Um, so the character that I'm actually basing this off of, if you are familiar with the American Assassin, um, movie and um, the Mitch Rapp book series by Vince Flynn, then you'll be familiar with the character I'm going to be creating. I'm going to be creating a character named Mitch Rapp, and so that's also going to dictate the playstyle I'm going to use. So I'm going to be a gunslinger and melee weapons like knife and that kind of thing. So let's go with Mitch Rapp is got olive skin, dark black hair, a bit of a scruffy beard, able to fit into the Middle East, so that works out well. We're not really going to change anything there. Extras, we don't want any markings. We'll just leave that alone. And let's go ahead and check our body. So we're going to be thin but muscular, not real muscular. So we're going to go back to thin. And I wonder if we can adjust the height. So it traps about 185 pounds, 6 foot tall. Um, so apparently we can't decide the height. So it'd be kind of nice if we could set the height, but can't do a height, so we'll just go with that. And yeah, so here we go. Okay, so the challenge is going to be a building a settlement that progresses over time. So you'll build in a single settlement over a period of time, idea being several months, with weekly updates. So this should show how the settlement grows and how it improves over that time for each update that you're going to do. The final goal being a fully functioning, self-sustaining settlement. By fully functioning, I mean it's going to have every level 3 vendor. So it's going to have a level 3 medic, a level 3 bar, a level 3 general vendor, level 3 clothing, armor, and weapons vendor. It should have full and adequate defenses, so turrets and the like. It should have enough food and water for every settler that's there, meaning that it can't rely on other settlements to provide the food and water for them. Um, you should have um at least one settler doing the scavenging station and at least one settler doing a defensive position. Okay, so this needs to be with a new character. The character should be created specifically for this challenge. You can get through the beginning. That's what I'm doing here. Get through the beginning, excuse me, and get through the vault. But at the time when the challenge begins, you should not start above level 2. So, um, so keep that in mind as well. No cheat mods and no console commands, meaning that you can't use anything that's going to give you something that you shouldn't have, that you can't or that you're not already gathering or what have you. So no resources, no items that you can decorate with or scavenge, no money, nothing that's going to give you levels, nothing that will give you perks, nothing that will improve your specials, etc. Okay. Build mods will be allowed, but only those build mods that are like retexturing and that type of thing. Different containers is fine and stuff like that, but not anything that's going to bypass the natural progression of your perks. So nothing like something that gives you additional defense or something that gives you power when you shouldn't have it, like those little circuit breakers that do the like localized power. Those things not allowed, because you can use those well before when you would receive a perk to get you know similar type power, right? So if you're going to do power, it needs to be done with a generator and that kind of thing. Creation Club items will be allowed, including backpacks, power armors, weapons, reskins, any of the build stuff, because the build stuff are just mostly all decorations. So definitely not worried about that kind of stuff. Um, uh, I'm not worried about power armor or weapons because this isn't about how you survive through the game. It's about how you're doing with the building. Idea being that you're gathering everything you need or getting the caps and then buying the resources that you need to build the things that you need, and leveling up to get the appropriate perks to build certain things, right? So Backpacks are just, it gives you an opportunity to carry more items, but I could also, if I had level 10 strength, I would have the ability to carry more stuff than somebody with a level 5 strength due to how I chose to create my character. So it's not really, I don't really see it as a necessarily an unfair advantage. It's an advantage everybody can take, that can has access to and that kind of thing. So um, there'll be weekly updates, maximum of 5 minutes. We may decrease that down to like a 3 minute just to keep them kind of short and sweet. It's not considered a full tour of your settlement as it is right there. It's more of this is what I've done this week type of thing. So the idea being that maybe your first one is just I built myself a shack with a bed and a container to put my stuff in, right? And I've got a candle over here. That's, maybe the second week, the only thing you've done because you don't have the perks for things or the materials is maybe your second update is I've got some decorations. I've got this fan, I've got a clock, something like that, right? So those would be kind of like the types of updates you're looking for. So maximum of 5 minutes, but ideally, smaller if you can make it. We would like to do a monthly update. These would be more kind of geared towards an actual tour of your settlement, not showing off every last detail of the settlement, but more of just kind of an overview, but showing enough detail that everybody can see it. So that would be a monthly thing, and then we would encourage everybody to share their videos, and then by share them means like if you shared your video with me, I would take your video, mash it up with mine and anybody else that wants to share their video with me, and then I would make a one big um, compilation of all of the updates of people that shared with me. And likewise, I would share my video with you, and you could do the same thing. And then if you choose to partake in that aspect, you will be required to provide the information of the builder, um, uh, who's for each update that's in there. You need to tell where they can find that builder's content, whether it's on YouTube or their Reddit information. If they do stuff on Facebook or what have you, one restriction with Facebook is only you can only provide Facebook information if you get the permission from that person. Okay. Reddit handles should be fine unless that person chooses not to, and YouTube channels should be encouraged. I would imagine that there's not going to be many people who would decide not to have you share their YouTube information. But if they don't want you to share it, then fine. Maybe people give you the permission to put your stuff up there without sharing it, but that information would be provided to everybody that is doing this, right? Um, so that is mandatory. If you do not provide that information, unless it's deemed as an oversight or that person didn't want you to share their information, then you will not have other people's content shared with you again. So something just to kind of keep in mind. It's kind of important that you acknowledge where um, your fellow builders are and that kind of thing. So the challenge will begin the first week of March, which is coming up here in a couple weeks, about 3 weeks from now. Um, all updates, weekly updates will be done unless somebody has a better plan, and we can kind of go from there. But all updates will be done for the weeklies will be on Thursday nights at midnight Pacific time, and monthly updates should be provided on Sunday night by midnight Pacific time. You can put them up earlier, but please don't put a weekly update on a Monday or Tuesday. Wednesday would be good. Wednesday, obviously, anytime Thursday would be good. But if you do it like Monday, Tuesday, it's just gonna kind of throw things off. If you want to move ahead and like get this done right away and record all of your updates and all that kind of stuff ahead of time, by all means do it, but please keep the updates on the same schedule as everyone else. Don't do an update where you've got a fully built settlement like within 2 weeks, because that's not really the idea of this build challenge. That's just completely outside of the scope, and would not be appreciated or accepted for this challenge. So again, the idea would be over several months, 3 to 6, I'm thinking, just to kind of depending on how that progress goes. Um, some people may get a few levels, which is going to allow them to do some things ahead of time. If you do get, those types of levels, then you can start being creative with your builds. But ideally, it's gonna kind of show how, maybe this group of settlers kind of came together and they're all learning how to work on generators and get generators working, or somebody finally came in that knew something about fusion generators, so now they can put in a fusion generator. I'm kind of role playing here on the reasoning, but that's kind of the point of this. So with weekly updates, my question is, do you want a reminder? If you would like a reminder, let me know your method on how you wanted to be reminded. I'm thinking I would send out reminders a day before the weekly deadline and also the monthly deadline. Um, my idea for the reminders would be Discord on my channel. Um, and I could also drop special comment straight to you in Discord if you don't want to join my channel. But anybody that wants to join my channel, I will send you an invite if you request it. I can send you an email if you want, if that's your method you want to use. Obviously, you'll have to give me your email. I can send you a Facebook message. You'd have to friend me on Facebook, and also I can send you a tweet, a DM on Twitter. I would need your information for Twitter. So if you have any other options or ideas for that, let me know. I'm more than happy to explore other avenues of that. But let me know what your suggestions are and the details about that. Um, the next question I have is, should everybody build at the same settlement, or should everyone be allowed to build where they want? Um, that's kind of a big thing on whether or not, how we do this. Um, and if everybody should be building at the same settlement, then we need to keep in mind this should be a settlement that can be unlocked early in the game. Example, Sanctuary, obviously, Red Rocket, Abernathy Farm, Sunshine Tidings, Starlight Drive-In. Those would be probably the main what, 4, 5 settlements that everybody would have to choose from, because you don't have to be very high level. I mean, you can get to Starlight Drive-In at level 5. So the idea would be that you start building before or at or around level 5, type of thing. So I'll kind of put that to a vote, see what everybody thinks on how they want to do it. If they just want to pick one of those settlements, and anybody can build wherever they want and amongst those settlements, then fine. Or if everybody thinks we should all build at the same place, great. But I'll leave that up to the comments below. I encourage everybody that watches my channel and anybody that's in the Facebook group, make any suggestions or comments or thoughts on this, even if you don't plan on participating. I know I have, like my good friend Mark Jackson, he's not going to participate. He's done playing Fallout, but he'll probably be watching the videos. Mark, if you have any suggestions on this, um, how this should be done, or anything like that, stipulations, or any recommendations on anything, by all means speak up. Anything that'll make this more entertaining and fun for the group is definitely welcome. So I want to make sure that this is something that everybody's going to enjoy, both participating in and seeing other people's stuff. So by all means, recommendations and suggestions are definitely welcome. I have a few people that I know are already going to do it. Sushi Cat Gamer, Kevin, Alabear, and Quick Smoke have all said that they were interested in doing this. There's some other people that I'm hoping that would partake. Denise Phoenix, she may, although she's pretty busy with stuff, and so she didn't want to really commit. But I'm hoping that she can find the time to kind of squeeze this in potentially. Um, on a whim, 7737. It'd be really cool if you did this, but keep in mind you'd have to record your update videos and not do it on stream. Um, JPIC Odeth, be awesome if you did this as well to participate. Auto, it'd be really cool if you did it, Auto. I'd be kind of curious how you do that. I know you got your own kind of thing going, and I totally respect that. Morpheus GI, definitely. would love to see you do this. I think that'd be absolutely perfection. Sardeliac would be pretty cool if he participated in this as well. It might be kind of something that, the challenge of pacing himself and that kind of thing, I think he might find interesting as well. And Ted, Ted definitely, I think you would be pretty good with this. Lord Ronulf Olson. I'm sorry if I butchered that, but I would love to see do this as well. And I'm sure there's many others that I'm just not thinking of at the moment. Anybody in the Facebook group that the Vanilla Builders Facebook group, anybody that is there that wants to participate, by all means, let me know. We'd love to have you. If you don't have a way to do a video, then take pictures of what you're doing, and I'll be more than happy to promote those pictures and put those, if you want me to, I'll put those in my video and share that with everybody and kind of put that out there. And so I think that's pretty much it. I kind of ran through everything kind of quick. I'm going to put all of everything that I kind of mentioned, um, both the kind of the items on the build and then the questions that I have. I'm going to put those in the description down below. To include, I'll put in the description down below the URL, the link for that website that I went to where I kind of developed my character and planned my character out. I'll put that in there too in case somebody wanted to use that and that type of thing. And by all means, everybody, I encourage everybody to comment and let me know your thoughts on this, suggestions, questions, anything like that. We have a few weeks to kind of finalize stuff and what have you, but I think that we could all have a lot of fun with this and we could really enjoy ourselves. So, with that, I will say thank you everybody for watching and also considering participating. And for everybody that is going to participate, I hope we have a lot of fun with this. I'm really excited to see how people do things. I mean, some of this stuff is going to be similar to each other, but doesn't mean we can't be creative and also have a lot of fun with this. And it'll be very interesting to see how different people make things progress. So, first order of business will be to figure out um, how the settlement, which settlement we're going to use, or if it's just going to be open to you use whatever settlement you want to. And then as we go forward, if you want to do the reminders, no problem. Let me know. So make sure you answer those questions if you're interested um, down in the comments and or on Facebook, and then we can kind of make sure that we go from there. Like I said, let me know, and I'll be more than happy to do that, and then we'll work out all the ways of how we're going to share things and all that kind of stuff as we move forward. So, um, have a great evening and happy building, everybody.
I did nothing. I did absolutely nothing, and it was everything that I thought it could be. The thing is, Bob, it's not that I'm lazy. It's that I just don't care.